listening to sounds of Miss Demeanor.
Missy be the name and y'all should already know. I've been around long as Scarface, so shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, she, yeah. Let me grab the microphone and I'ma take it away. Say so. Say so. Say so.
Will it end tonight? That's the question as one team battles to shut the door on the season. Another hopes to stave off defeat. The NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. It's great to have you with us. You look at San Antonio. They are certainly in a do-or-die position, trailing 3 games to 1. An uphill climb to be sure. They need to win every game from here on out to stay alive.
Yeah, the old cliche, backs against the wall, definitely applies here, Kevin. The title is slipping away from them. They got a huge hill to climb, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Win this one, just gain some momentum, feel good about yourself, and then move on to the next game.
You know what? Maybe they can send an emphatic message here tonight. Roll to a big win and start to get some doubt in the heads of those other guys, and then, like you said, Steve, just see what happens in Game 6.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Lowry and DeRozan, they're the backcourt. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Fields in at the small forward.
Boy, Kevin, right there, Ginobili showed you as pretty a stroke as there is.
DeRozan's shot is good.
And the layup just gift-wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
And Leonard has it in the corner. From 13, works a big height bounce and goes in.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
The feed to DeRozan. And it's Fields in the corner. And the layup's good off the glass.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And he gets it to go.
Pretty impressive. 5 straight makes to start this game.
The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Lowry kicks to Patterson. Outside DeRozan. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And that one's good. Parker.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. And Valanciunas now atop the key. Patterson, that's good.
Well, nice way there to get your first basket of the game.
Spurs leading by 4. From deep three-point range. No good from Ginobili. Here's DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Valanciunas has got his second bucket of the night.
He's getting his hands dirty right away by doing some battling on the boards.
Leonard, no luck. The Raptors have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. DeRozan, and he hits it to tie the game up. DeRozan's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And that is good. Fields has got his second bucket.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
I don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
Ginobili against DeRozan, and it's Lowry penetrating. Here's Hasek. Good, he hits the jump shot.
Well, it's definitely been a shootout. But the team that can start playing some defense might have an edge.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Spurs. They're up by 5. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports.
I got my
Welcome back to our coverage of the NBA Finals. More action straight ahead. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Claus and Johnson there, the forwards. Vasquez out there with Williams. And it's Patterson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Pierce, good.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Now here's Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got his first bucket of the night. 3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Back-to-back threes for them. The defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point. It's super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
They get it again, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
You know, we didn't see too many plays like that when they were digging this hole for themselves.
No, maybe they'll start Clark making up for it now.
It's all about effort and energy and anticipation, and they're finally getting some of that. I like the way they've played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
Numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
And both free throws good for Lewis Williams.
There's not a lot you can say that hasn't been said before about his skill at the charity stripe.
And stolen by Patterson. Inside, here's Vasquez. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Vasquez has got 4 this quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Now, here's Joseph. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pierce's shot is good.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points, I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense really clicking here.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Pierce. He's got 5. That's good.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. They're looking to bounce back after the bitter loss on Saturday.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Bonner. Ginobili comes in for Corey Joseph, and Parker subbed in for Udrih. Raptors trail by 8. And Parker comes with the help. The drive by Lowry. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Raptors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And the first one drops. Omer Asher, he's checked in for Boris Diaw. And so Lowry nails both of them. So it's San Antonio now. Outside, Ginobili, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 3rd assist on the night. In Toronto, they've gotten all but 1 of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. It's pretty impressive. Lowry, that's good. Lowry's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Here's Leonard, and the Spurs scoring again.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
Raptors trail by 9. Into Johnson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Man, maybe that'll give this team a little bit of their edge back.
He gives them a double-digit lead. And that's 10 points for Leonard.
He's been key for this team's offense, the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve. No doubt.
Here's Valanciunas. The 6-footer's good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And so we conclude the first half. Spurs lead by 8. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Coach Casey, obviously you'll be starting the second half with your work cut out for you. What do you need to see change to start climbing back into this game?
Well, the thing about it is we got to have some want-to, some defensive toughness, some grit. We're not playing with that. I saw none of that in our first few minutes of the game. I've got to see some focus and some fire.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started. And we're back here at Game 5 with more action about to get underway.
Tremendous output from Parker. He's got 11 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
Raptors trail by 8. Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for San Antonio. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. And it's Ashik in at the 5. That's good. And for the Raptors, they're shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Here's Lowry. Here's Valanciunas. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Good. 13 points for Leonard.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Ginobili. Spurs leading by 9. Here's Duncan. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
They've been good on all 3 of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Here's Diaz checked in for Ashik. Bonner comes in for Duncan. Joseph, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And Hendrick in for Parker. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
And he gets it to go. And that's 10 points for DeMar DeRozan.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
And Leonard gets it to go.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
Raptors trail by 11. The drive by Lowry. Here's Patterson. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Patterson's got 7 points in the game.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kickout's the only choice.
And the Spurs scoring again. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now here is Lowry. He's guarded by Udrih. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Spurs leading by 10. Here's Udrih. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. He's got 8.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
Now here is Lowry. 6 points for him. And DeRozan. Here we go. Here's Valanciunas. The shot, no good. And the Spurs going the other way now. Joseph. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, as they continue to dominate, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really could get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that.
Patterson can't get it to go. The Spurs have gone an unbelievable 8 of 8 shooting since halftime. Must have been some kind of pep talk in that locker room.
They're doing a great job of not giving the ball away, and that's a big reason why they're winning.
Lowry dishes to Vasquez. Here's Valanciunas, and again, no good by Toronto.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
From half court, no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's San Antonio. They lead by 18. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And, Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for a reason, Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for a shooter is, as you well know, huge.
Yeah, no question.
Here's Parker. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Lowry out there with Vasquez. And it's Ross in at the 3 spot.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's... man, what a play.
He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year, and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Clark. That's a crowd pleaser if I've ever seen one.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. No good from Valanciunas.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that
And
jam.
I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge him a little bit at least.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Patterson comes in for Jonas Valanciunas. And Landry Fields subbed in for Vasquez. Leonard, he's checked in for San Antonio. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Toronto. Parker outside, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Johnson. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
And the defense just lets him go there.
And once he hit the open floor, there was no looking back, straight to the rack.
Parker's shot is off.
Boy, that was way behind the line. Now, he can make that at times.
He certainly is one of the guys that can actually do it from there.
That's good.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And Leonard has it in the corner. There's the 3. And Parker with the basket on the assist by Leonard. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today, Steve.
I'll say the defense has been ineffective in trying to run shooters off that three-point line.
Here's Fields, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Valanciunas, who's checked in for Amir Johnson.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
San Antonio leading by 18. It's Parker outside, and again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And if it didn't seem like things could get any more heated, watch out. A spirited performance here tonight. It'll go down as a crucial Game 5 win for San Antonio.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3, it paid off for them in the end.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Parker. Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected energy into every play that was made out there.
Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Parker, and so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Ozzy Muhammad's checked in for Asha. Matt Bonner comes in for Tim Duncan. Joseph, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Udrich in for Tony Parker. Then for the Raptors, Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hansbrough's come in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Williams in for Landry Fields. And Hansbrough slams it in.
Well, their offense has kicked into gear, but seems to have arrived a little bit too late.
And as a coach, that can really be frustrating. I mean, your guys were stumbling along for most of the game, and now, when it's basically over, they finally decide to come alive.
Hayes with the screen for Lowry. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
And that one's good.
And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And that concludes our coverage of Game 5 of the NBA Finals. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying we'll see you next time as we end with the Jordan Player of the Game.
Well, I'm sailing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Should I been, could I been, would I been dead if I didn't